Welcome back. This is your host, Noura Almasri, and this is Echoes of Impact with Noura. Now we have a very professional guest, an amazing business owner. This is the first time our guest is going to be here today. This is an episode full with new guests to Echoes of Impact, and we're very happy to have them with us. So I want to introduce my new guest, Ryan Herpin, managing partner at Impact Strategy Consultant or Consulting. Welcome to the show. Ryan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on for this.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming here. And I like how you are here in Echoes of Impact and your company is Impact Strategy
Yeah,
Consulting. So we align somehow, right?
definitely.
So tell the audience a little bit about your journey and how you ended up here in your career right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So my journey is not the most simple one, I would say. I don't have a formal background. I began as a welder and worked my way through several companies, learning from wonderful mentors, and was given opportunities in leadership, ultimately helping a business go from struggling to make profit to selling the business for 33 times EBITDA. So in that process, I learned quite a bit about running a successful business and growing an entity to a whole new scale. And that led me to developing a consulting firm where I now make my life about helping other businesses grow and thrive.
Wonderful. Wonderful. This is really important because a lot of people, especially after COVID, everyone wants to start their own business and they're not sure how to do it. So a lot of time they just do it and they fail and they get disappointed, go back to find a job. And I've seen it over and over in all industries, if you will say. So how do you help business owners in general? So who would be the right clients for you in order, now let's go to work with Ryan because this is how we can be successful. So who would, in other words, who's your ideal client?
Yeah, so ultimately we focus on maximizing revenue, profitability, and helping business owners create that work-life balance. So although we started off in small industries, really focusing on manufacturing, we have grown exponentially into different markets, different industries. So the ideal client for us is a business owner that takes their goals seriously and wants to develop an entity that makes an impact, makes a difference.
Mhm. Absolutely. So let's start from the beginnings, strategic planning. So it's very important for the business owners to have a strategic plan in order to be successful, because if you did not plan, you are planning to fail. So regardless, you are somehow planning. So how does strategic business planning help small business owners achieve their goal, in your opinion?
So a plan is the first and most important thing to have. It's just like taking a vacation. You've got to pick a destination, decide what you're going to do at that destination, and then map out how to get there. If you don't have a plan, you can't expect to get anywhere in particular. It's like shooting in the dark. So it's having a plan that is concise and clear can change everything for a business. You can get a whole team focused on traveling the same direction, where when you have multiple people looking at the same thing, you're going to get results much, much faster.
Mhm. Yes, definitely. So what should be there in the plan? And if you were to say, because a lot of people they're not sure, what should we plan? Should we plan how much are we spending? Should we plan where are we gonna be located? Are we doing virtual or in person? So what are those components that makes the strategic plan a successful plan?
So really plan everything, everything that you can, even if things go awry or you're not able to follow that plan to the T, it's still valuable to plan everything out. Your finances, your expenditures, what you're going to provide, whether it be a product or service, how you're going to provide it, your brand presence is really important. everything that you intend to do within your business needs to be planned out. At least have a clear vision and target. And from there, although things may change, you're still pointing in the same direction, striving for the same goals.
Mm. So, like, I see the strategic plan as a live document. So you should always be updating that. So, what would you say in that term? Like, people sometimes they get annoyed. I just want to do things. I don't want to go back and look at documents. I don't want to look at my finances. So, what would you say to that?
So, although it's cumbersome to go back and forth looking at documents and what you have written down as a plan or a strategy, the most important thing is to have that goal visualized and understood. So even if you're not going back and forth looking at the fine details, you still know what you're striving for. And ultimately, anyone can confirm this really, when you set a goal and you put the work in towards achieving it, the goal is going to change over time. It's not going to be exactly as it was years ago when you first thought of it. You're going to grow, you're going to change, and so will your goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And I cannot, I can attest to this. When you're growing fast, especially like
Mm-hmm.
any SOBs you've done before, anything that you've been working with, any goal that's gonna change dramatically. So you're going to see, oh, I did that all go to waste. But I feel like, and this is just my opinion, and you can tell me what's yours. Like, I feel like if the reason of this growth is actually because you planned, so you are now growing more than you expected just because you have a plan. So you have to consistently plan and adjust your strategic plan. So
Yeah.
what would you have you seen this in real life, like any happened with yourself, with your clients?
Yes, absolutely. So I would say one of the most consistent things in business is the results of a business that has a plan and the results of a business that doesn't have a plan. Businesses that have a plan do better consistently across every market there is. It's just like with anything in life. But ultimately, in my life, setting a plan, a 5 year, a 10 year, a 15-year plan has been paramount to my success and my growth as an entrepreneur, as a father, as a husband. It applies to everything.
Mhm.
So having that laid out and being able to keep it in the forefront of your mind gives you all the motivation you need and the ability to measure your progress. If you have a plan and you don't feel like you're really getting there, if you know what your plan is, you can measure that and make adjustments according.
Mhm. Absolutely. So what would you say the key components of a successful plan? Like how many components technically?
Yeah, so the key aspects of a good plan is be specific, set a timeline, and put in some kind of metric to measure your progress and growth. If you're specific, you know what you're looking for, you know what you're trying to do. If you set in a timeline, you give yourself a sense of urgency and importance. And then being able to measure gives you the power to make adjustments and correct things that might be slowing you down or help speed you up.
Mhm. Absolutely. It's important to measure. Otherwise, like the plan is irrelative anymore. So, how can a consulting service like yours make sure that this plan is optimized to the best for the business owner?
Yeah, so outside of just having the experience of working with so many different plans in different industries, a good consultant should almost act as a business partner or an accountability partner, as a good way to put it, helping you develop that plan to see it clearly and to set milestones and measurements, but somebody that's also able to hold you accountable to those goals and to those milestones, being able to be honest and tell you the truth when you're falling short from what it is you want to accomplish. Consulting firm can be extremely valuable to have on your team and at your disposal. But just like with anything, if you're not participating in that effort, you won't really get anything out of it.
Do you use any type of tools to facilitate this interaction with the business owners to make sure they are on the plan, or do you use just in meeting, like you said, like accountability meetings? So how do you do it technically?
So the most effective way I found for especially small businesses is doing quarterly meetings, monthly meetings, things that require us to put the results, the measurements, and the current progress of the business right in front of us. So there are tools and software and platforms you can use to help keep everything organized, scheduled, and conceptualized. But ultimately, the highest results I have gotten are from being personable, sitting right in front of you with your P&L, your balance sheet, your goals, your objectives, and going over it firsthand to make sure we are staying on track.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Ryan, for your contribution and for helping other business owners to create an impact and be successful in their own businesses. So, how can people work with you?
Yeah, so I have a website, impactstrategiesc.com. That's an easy way to reach out to me. I'm available pretty much 24/7 via phone, email, anything really. But the website is a really good way to kind of get started there. You can request for a consultation and message me directly even, and we can always look over what your goals are first and foremost, and then I can help you decide if working with a consultant is even the right move for you.
Absolutely. This honesty is very important because how many times like people think this is what I need to do, but we as a professional, you will be able to tell if this is the client that you can help or not. And this honesty is really important. Thank you so much for Ryan for your time today. I really appreciate all your input, and people you want to contact Ryan, go to his website and make sure you work with him. This is a perfect time because we are about to end the year. And if you want to have a strong 2025, you want to make sure you have the strategic plan. And if you already have one, you want to make sure it's optimized and you are on track for your goals. Thank you so much, Ryan. Thank you guys for your time with us here. This is Echoes of Impact with Noura. We'll be right back.